Hello? Anyone? Can you hear me? Hello?
Whoa, hi.
Oh, thank God. I am calling from the year 2453, and I've used my last time leap to make this call, but I don't have long. A few moments have passed.
Oh my God, you're from the future.
Yes, and I'm begging you to help us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Our civilization is crumbling due to our dwindling population. We can no longer sustain ourselves. We are going extinct as a species.
Oh my God.
You must save us.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. What can I do to help?
You must have children.
Oh. Okay.
Tell all your friends, every fertile woman you know, they must have children.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else I can do?
No, I have ran countless models that all point to this exact moment where we could undo our downfall.
Okay. It's just that it's not a very good time for me.
This is of the utmost importance. It is life or death.
Yes. Okay.
It's funny because it's true, and I'm surprised humanity lasted that long. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name's Luke Radowski here of WeAreChange.org, and there's a lot of absolutely crazy and wild news to get into today. As, of course, the situation is not all right domestically, as immigration seems to be bringing new pressures on domestic politicians who are just selling their people out to the highest bidders in a very messy situation that's going to get a lot messier from here, as it looks like we might have the next potential VP pick for the President of the United States. Who will Donald Trump be picking? Well, now there's a short list. Who's on it? Who's going to be the best pick for the American people? Well, we're going to be discussing that, plus all the latest news here on this independent media broadcast. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you could get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. And the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast was just a short excerpt of a new video released by Julie Nolik. We, of course, will be linking her channel down in the description below, as, of course, her iteration of people coming back from the future and asking for help is absolutely freaking brilliant, and there's 5+ minutes of it. We only played you a small segment of it. If you want to watch the full video, click the link in the description right after this video, as it's pretty hilarious. It's pretty funny. And yes, the population crash is real and something that humanity will be facing a lot sooner than the year 2400, as, of course, the population crash in the Western world is real and something that humanity will have to deal with sooner than later. As, of course, the future doesn't look very bright for the American people, especially in places like New York City, where the mayor there is literally giving out billions of dollars for migrants that, of course, are welcomed in by him, as he told them, come on in, everything's cool, everything's hunky-dory here, as, of course, the people of New York City will have to be paying for the larger expense here, as today he is vowing to cut $1 billion from the $12 billion that he is allocating to migrants, as a lot of people are pissed off at him because he's literally giving out credit cards with $10,000 to random people who haven't even been properly identified that just walked through the border, while the people of New York City have to face record taxes, increased cost of housing, while the price of labor keeps going down dramatically. As in Chicago, many Black Americans are also pissed off at their mayor, who they're accusing of replacing them with migrants, as now they're demanding reparations and a cut in their property taxes, as clearly the people that are most affected by these migrant policies are the poorest people in our society that are absolutely being screwed over more than ever. This, as the situation is so bad that even people who commit mass shootings are literally doing GoFundMes for their hospital and legal bills. Yes, you heard that correctly. Lindell Mays, a man who, of course, wildly shot into the crowds during a Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade, had a GoFundMe set up by his mother, even though he's being accused of taking other people's lives. In related, what in the world is going on here news, we also got an hour-by-hour view of Joe Biden's latest schedule, which highlights that he literally is sleeping a lot. As we got more details into his own personal life about his physical therapy, his, quote, slip-proof sneakers, and how all the aides around him are literally terrified that he's about to fall, collapse, or literally stutter any single time that he's in front of any kind of camera. This as there continues to be more and more scrutiny about his international business dealings with his sons that, of course, are being questioned now with even Elon Musk releasing this meme highlighting some very serious questions from the FBI that they just simply can't gather the right information on. They just can't crack the case. They just can't figured it out very conveniently, as of course the former president of the United States is facing record prosecution and 750 years in jail. And that's an unfair situation that will continue to become more unfair the closer we get to the election. That is definitely going to get very tumultuous. And that's one reason out of many reasons why we created LukeUnfiltered.com, a place to give you accurate information that you could act on to make sure that you are becoming the best, strongest version of yourself. We're going to be talking about physical health and relationships today for special broadcasts just available for members, who also, by the way, get the ability to call in to our live show that we're going to be doing later on today, 6 p.m. Eastern, here on youtube.com/wearechange. We had an incredible show yesterday with some really awesome people in studio, and we will continue to do that tonight with you guys having the ability to call in. Shouts out to Solid Snake for calling in last night. He was definitely an awesome caller that brought some very interesting comments. And also Chris Baker. It's really cool to have you guys as members call in. You could do that right now just by signing up to LukeUnfiltered.com. Click the link in the description down below. Signing up, it's quick, it's easy, it's simple. All you have to do is click here to join. And I will see you there right after this video with a special broadcast available to you, as well as a special meetup that we are going to be doing March 2nd in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 4 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to hang out with me, Atlas, Clint, Stephanie, special surprise guests, special contests, special giveaways, if you want to be a part of that special meetup, all you have to do is sign up to LukeUnfiltered.com, and we will be releasing that location where we will be meeting up hours beforehand. And I look forward to breaking bread, getting to know you, and hanging out with more awesome members of LukeUnfiltered.com, as I truly do believe we have the best members area in the world, and we're going to be growing and expanding it through your help, through your support, all on LukeUnfiltered.com. This as the latest news last night broke that Donald Trump allegedly has a short list of individuals who might be his running mate in the 2024 presidential election, as he was being interviewed on Fox News by Laura Ingraham, who asked Donald Trump about 6 possible candidates to be his VP, naming individuals like Ron DeSantis, Vivek Ramaswamy, Brian Donalds, Kristi Noem, Tim Scott, and Tulsi Gabbard, specifically addressing those individuals to Donald Trump and asking them if they are on the short list to become their next upcoming running mate, with Trump responding, quote, "They are," going on and saying, quote, "Honestly, all of those people are good. They're all good. They're all solid." As I think it's fair to say that who's going to be his VP is going to be absolutely freaking crucial. And with this kind of short list, this does highlight Donald Trump shifting more towards an anti-establishment kind of perspective, rather than a kind of establishment neoconservative point of view, which a lot of his followers are worried that he might follow like he previously did before. As of course, some people are worried that he's going to be picking another kind of Mike Pence neocon establishment type in order to try to balance him out politically, that there's even a larger possibility that this could be Nikki Haley, that the establishment and BlackRock and State Street really do love, as of course she would be able to garner a lot of money from the establishment, as of course Donald Trump is involved with a lot of very serious financial concerns, especially after the latest court proceedings that he had to be involved in New York City, as he's facing a huge amount of legal bills, but also the possibility of his properties being seized in New York City, as Letitia James is saying now that she's, quote, prepared to seize Trump's building if he can't pay the $354 million in a civil fraud fine that he was found guilty of a few days ago. This, as there's even talks about him needing to put up tens of millions of dollars just to appeal this decision. As of course, the financial concerns are something that the Trump inner circle is probably worried about and also considering, especially when it comes to picking the running mate for Donald Trump, as there's also a lot of different things at stake here, as many people believe that Joe Biden will not be, of course, able to run because he's not able to actually talk or walk. As many people are saying, there's no freaking way that this guy is going to be campaigning. There's no way that this guy has another 4+ years in him to, quote, run this country. And if Joe Biden steps down, like a lot of people expect him to step down, who will replace him will create a new challenge for Donald Trump that would need to reassess who his running mate is going to be with that kind of situation in order to address the latest competition that, of course, he might be facing a sudden change to last minute. Now, I was kind of surprised other individuals weren't named here, like Carrie Lake, like RFK Jr., and of course, Tucker Carlson. This as I decided to run my own poll on Twitter asking people, who out of these candidates would they like to see become the next vice president for Donald Trump, with overwhelmingly my audience specifically saying Vivek Ramaswamy, as in my opinion, a lot of the benefits of Vivek actually cancel out a lot of the negatives of Donald Trump. And a lot of people are seeing this situation for Vivek, who clearly is going to be in our political sphere for a very long time. Someone who could be, of course, shaped, who could be propelled, who could be supported by Donald Trump and leave a lasting legacy of the MAGA movement under his leadership that, of course, some political commentators are saying Donald Trump could leave his mark on, since, of course, Vivek Ramaswamy is young. He is a supporter of the MAGA movement. He has been loyal, and he's someone who, of course, is willing and able to speak about these principles of making America first more in a more kind of honest and real way, rather than just a political slimy establishment way, which Ron DeSantis, of course, has been previously accused of. Now, Tulsi Gabbard would be also a very interesting candidate, as of course she was also a part of the Council on Foreign Relations. She has a little bit of those establishment ties. She has been absent from government recently, but having her on the ticket would definitely be a big kind of FU to the establishment, as she represents a lot of very strong anti-establishment sentiments and voices that resonate with the American public more than ever. If we have someone like a Michelle Obama running against Donald Trump potentially in the future, having Tulsi as a VP pick here could cancel out a lot of the mojo that Big Mike and Michelle has that could almost as equally be met with, of course, Tulsi Gabbard. Let's just say Gavin Newsom becomes the next frontrunner under the Democratic ticket. Someone like Ron DeSantis could be someone that, of course, cancels him out on the VP ticket and has been shown as someone who also clearly is a lot different with Donald Trump, especially when it comes to the larger perspective of Donald Trump's record in 2020 when there was a global sickness going around. And I think that's the key issue that a lot of people are looking at, as of course Ron DeSantis, Vivek, Tulsi all represent individuals who spoke out against some of the more larger egregious actions in 2020 and thereafterwards, especially with a procedure that all of these individuals are skeptical of. Donald Trump, he's not skeptical of that specific procedure, and therefore his VP pick definitely would have to contrast him on those particular views in order to galvanize the significant base of the American people that were either hurt or know someone that was hurt by this procedure. That's just my own kind of 2 cents on this personal matter here, as I do think it is a key issue, even though a lot of people don't like to bring it up, a lot of people don't like to talk about it. I think the issue is galvanizing enough to make a significant difference in the 2024 presidential election, which is going to be a lot closer than a lot of people expect it to be. You look at what happened in 2022 with the midterm elections. A lot of Republicans thought that there was going to be some kind of big red wave. There wasn't. That's because the Democrats, along with the Zuckerbucks and the powerful establishment institutions that they have hijacked, are solidifying their positions of power forever. And with the immigration problem expanding and growing from here, it's fair to say that their grip of power is something that is very concerning, as of course it represents a political party that could be in charge forever, especially with the demographic shifts happening in the Western world. And now with more young people voting than ever and young people turning more to the left, I think candidates that are also younger, like Vivek Ramaswamy, also are going to have more of an impact here, as of course he was even previously endorsed by individuals like Jake Paul, and his outreach programs, especially when it comes to talking to young people, debating them, having very serious conversations with them, is absolutely impressive, as of course I got to see it on the ground when he was still running to be the president of the United States in Iowa. Now, personally, if I had to pick a horse in this race, I'll be honest, it's close between Tucker Carlson, RFK Jr., even though there's a lot of weird drama surrounding his campaign and staff right now, and of course Vivek. And if I had to choose one of these candidates that he actually named, I would say Vivek. If I would have a decision in this matter, I would say Tucker. But out of those people that were named, personally, that's who I would like to see as the VP for Donald Trump, talking from my own individual perspective and political bias. Who would you like to see as Trump's VP? Let me know in the comment section below. We got one more video coming your way here on LukeUnfiltered.com. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys signing up. And because you do, that's why I'm still here. And that's why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org.